Deep inside a northern Nevada volcano, deposits of what some are calling white gold or the new oil. There is plenty of lithium, and it's a vital part of flipping the switch towards more Earth-friendly battery-powered technology. Rene Marsh visited the site about 230 miles north of Reno.
The temperature is frigid here in the northern desert of Nevada, and yet we find people camping in tents. Braving these harsh conditions is an act of resistance against proposed mining for lithium in that extinct volcano. 13 degrees and both the sun and temperature is going down in the northern desert of Nevada. It gets pretty dark pretty fast around here.
It does in the winter, and the cold is pretty fierce too.
This is where self-described radical environmentalist Max WILBERT is spending the night. What are you doing out here?
Blowing up a mountain for coal mining is wrong. I think blowing up a mountain for lithium mining is just as wrong.
In the Nevada desert, this site, known as THACKER Pass, could make the United States a player in the fast-growing market for lithium for electric vehicles. Lithium is a metal used to make batteries for electric vehicles and is critical to the clean energy transition. There's currently only one lithium-producing mine in the United States, located halfway between Reno and Las Vegas. The majority of the world's lithium is mined in Australia and South America. Protesters have rotated in and out of this encampment for the past 11 months. They say what will become the largest federally approved lithium mining project operating in the U.S. comes at an environmental cost.
Producing one electric car releases something like 9 tons of greenhouse gases on average. The whole issue of electric vehicles and lithium mining is tricking us into believing that we can have this modern industrial lifestyle that we all enjoy and also solve global warming.
It's not going to solve any climate change problem, but it's a major contribution.
Lithium mining in the state of Nevada has pitted environmentalists against other environmentalists. Glenn Miller, a former professor of environmental science at the University of Nevada, Reno, supports the mine. He says it will cut carbon emissions from the transportation sector, a major source of greenhouse gases.
Radical environmentalists are going to argue that the only way to solve the climate change problem is to drive a whole lot less. I mean, a whole lot less. And to not burn gasoline or coal. Well, that's not going to happen.
He says not transitioning to electric vehicles is far more dangerous to humanity. The CEO for mining company Lithium Americas acknowledges operations produce some CO2, but it's offset by electric vehicles' zero tailpipe emissions.
There's an ability here to mitigate and do things as sustainable as possible.
Back in the desert, WILBERT is willing to risk it all to stop any mining on this site. You're willing to, if this project moves forward, throw your bodies in between mining machinery to prevent it. Sounds a bit extreme. Do you mean that?
Our laws haven't caught up with the reality of what's happening to our planet, and so people might have to break the law in order to change what's happening.
The mining company Lithium Americas faces legal challenges from groups who want to block the project, but the company tells CNN they hope to break ground here by early next year. In the northern desert of Nevada, Rene Marsh, CNN.